I was about 4 or 5 years old, and my parents had just separated. My mom was living in a two-bedroom apartment. I had my own room, but I liked sleeping in her bed whenever I was staying with her. Our two bedrooms were at the end of a hallway, directly across from each other. Our apartment was on the first floor, and I remember that it was in the middle of the summer, and my mom had a window open in her room that was directly behind the bed, above the headboard. Anyways, I woke up in the middle of the night and remember sitting up and seeing that our cat was sitting in the door frame of my mom's room. Her door was open and you could partially see into my bedroom. It was strange because our cat was a huge snuggler and was typically always in bed with us. As I was watching him, he walked into my bedroom and meowed. I turned to face my mom and I woke her up. In the 3 4 seconds it took her to wake up and ask me what's wrong, we both looked back up in the door frame, and there was a man standing by my open door, making his way out of my bedroom. I still don't know how she managed to do it so quickly, but my mother proceeded to pick me up and literally throw me out of the screen window. Again, we're on the first floor, and it was maybe a 3 foot drop to the ground. She quickly followed, and we were able to start screaming for help, and someone called 911. The police came but didn't see any signs of forced entry, only that our front door was unlocked, which led them to believe the man must have exited the way. But the strange thing was that my mom swore up and down that she had locked the door the night we the deadbolt and the chain lock. About a week later, she was clearing the kitchen and opened up our water heater closet and found a notebook with names and drawings, as well as a pair of gloves and some gum wrappers. The man had been in our house and hid until we were asleep.
Story 2. My elementary school friends and I were crossing a quiet residential street in the suburbs when a clean-cut man in a van blocked our path. He asked for directions to a local restaurant less than 2 minutes away. Keeping a bit of distance away from him, to be safe, we told him. You see that stop sign? Turn right and continue until you see it on your left. Despite the simplicity of the directions, he kept asking for the directions over and over again, and for more unnecessary details like landmarks, which we gave over and over again. There was something off about him, beyond seemingly pretending to have trouble with very basic directions. Something not right about his eyes and his expression. I didn't know why he was playing dumb, but I'd had enough. I firmly gave him the information one last time, in a less than polite voice, ending with something along the lines of "goodbye," and walked away to signal the interaction was over. After reaching the other side of the road and mounting the curb, I was dismayed to see that my friends were repeating everything over again instead of following my lead. Movement caught my eye. I became curious as to what the guy was doing with his hands, which from my new vantage point I could see moving to his general lap area. I focused. You can guess what I saw. As soon as I realized what he was doing, I started repeatedly pointing to his lap and mouthing, "Look at what he's doing!" I kept trying to get my friends to stop talking and join me. Eventually, they did, and the man left. Regrettably, we didn't tell our parents, perhaps because it might have limited our freedom to roam the neighborhood. I just hope he didn't move on to do anything that would have traumatized his victims for life, after there were no repercussions for his actions that day.